Today, we're going to read your minds and tell you the exact kind of player you are in Among Us. How could we possibly know? Easy. The color you choose. Okay, yeah, we get it. That's a little bit of a wacky idea. Remember, people, this video is just for fun. We're not psychologists. That being said, before we get started, could you hit that subscribe button for us? It's free and helps us out a ton. Did you do it? Come on, do it. This is NewScapeGames, your source for video game news, leaks, ideas, and theories. Let's talk about colors. Blue. First up on our list is the good old color blue. If you find yourself running this color in a game, what does it say about you? A few different things. You're dependable and quickly finish your tasks. Most of the time, you finish before anyone else. You call it like you see it, but are careful to throw out an accusation. The last thing you want is an innocent person ejected from the ship. Because of that, you're also trustful. Honestly, almost to a fault. If someone claims they are doing a certain task or were in a certain area, you're quick to believe them. You can't help it. You're just a dependable and trustful person. As an imposter, you have similar characteristics. You're still trustworthy, never outing the other imposter. A blue also struggles with the role, since they're hesitant to kill. You're also difficult to discover, since your friends know you as a dependable crewmate. So that's blue. Moving on. Lime. Mellow yellow, people. Or, I guess, mellow lime? What we're trying to say is that a lime player is the epitome of peace and calm. They may not speak much in meetings, but it doesn't mean they're being sus. They're thinking. See, a lime player is extremely methodical and uses their words wisely. Limes are never ones to join a meeting screaming. Instead, they wait for their moment, speak their truth, then return to silence. They also don't indulge in any fighting during games. In fact, the exact opposite. Among Us can become heated fast, especially if accusations are being thrown around. If arguments begin, a lime does their best to end it fast. Usually, they're pretty successful. Black. So you chose the color black in Among Us. What does this say about you? Out of all the colors on the list, you're the most versatile player. Some of your games may be task-centric, doing all of them as quickly as possible. Others, you're a detective, watching cams for any suspicious behavior. Sometimes, you're just in it for the memes. It's hard to fully pin down your playstyle, but there's no denying you're a solid player. This is also true as the imposter. You take advantage of every tactic available. You point fingers, sabotage, and lock doors, and murder discreetly. In meetings, you choose your words wisely. Whenever you do make an accusation, other players know to trust you. If you like to choose the color black in Among Us, you are a player to be truly feared. Red. So you play a red, huh? What does this mean? Well, if you couldn't tell by the yelling, but as a red, you're a rambunctious one. You're a good player, but you're also an intense one. Honestly, it's something that can be admired. As a red, you care about the game, and more importantly, winning. If you're a crewmate, you are hyper-focused on fighting the imposters. You do this by being a true-to-life detective in between tasks. During meetings, you get a little loud. Not in a mean way, but like we said earlier, a loud one. Unlike lime or blue, you're very quick to accuse. You're willing to be wrong too. Reds may make mistakes from time to time, but it's just collateral damage on the way to justice. Orange. You may be thinking that red and orange are similar. You're partially right, but there's also a lot of differences too. They can be loud, and do play the game at a pretty intense level. Their biggest departure from red, though, is their overwhelming kindness. Those who choose to play orange are always super nice to everyone in the lobby, regardless of whether they're a crewmate or an imposter. This makes it difficult if they are in fact a murderer, since their kindness is consistent regardless. If they are a crewmate, you're in luck. No matter what, they're the first ones to fix issues. If the lights are out, they won't be for long, since orange is on the case. Yellow. People who use the color yellow are incredibly confident and optimistic, regardless of the side they're on. If yellow is a crewmate, they'll believe in their team until the bitter end. This comes in the form of lofty speeches and inspiring words. They can be too trustworthy to a fault, making it easy for an imposter to team up with them. If this happens, it's bad news for the crewmates. Oftentimes, other players can get annoyed by them. But yellow isn't discouraged. They are always ones to be optimistic. White. Earlier in the video, we discussed players who choose lime. These people are peaceful and calm. Well, they were just the tip of the iceberg. Those who choose white take it a step further, going full Zen mode. You may not hear from them the entire game, but it doesn't mean they aren't listening. Trust us, the color white is listening. They can sniff out the imposter better than anyone else. No one really knows why. Some figure they have inside information or are cheating. But nope, that's just white for you. Purple. So you find yourself running as purple in Among Us. If so, you're that one person in the lobby who's always a total mystery. No one knows whether to trust you or fear you. As a purple, you prefer it that way. Having people point fingers and yell because of you is satisfying and super fun. You're a good player too, so people have a reason to be fearful. When you're an imposter, you're a master of the vent-kill combo. This means you time your kills to be nearby vents. You wait for your moment, pick your target, kill them, and then vent. We think we've made it obvious, but a purple is someone to be feared. Dark green. So you like to be a dark green astronaut in Among Us? What does this say about you as a player? You're a sillier player, that's for sure. You might not be a full-on troll, but you do mess with the other crewmates a pretty good amount. Someone asks where you were in the last round? You say McDonald's or Walmart or somewhere else ridiculous. Someone asks if you saw anything? You say yes. But that's it. Actually, that's a joke a dark green will pull off sometimes. Only saying one word the entire game. Because of this, it can be difficult to work with. Sometimes they won't do tasks because they have a random urge to follow a player, even though they're not an imposter. Be wary playing with the dark green. Brown. Those who run the color brown are the detectives of the group. The color itself connotes relaxation, reliability, and responsibility. These are all true for the player as well. They are indeed calm, but that is because they are so focused on catching the imposter. What does this usually translate to in-game? Obviously, they do their tasks, and as quickly as possible. After that, though, they watch the cams. Every round. All game. They desperately hope something juicy happens on screen, like a murder. Oh boy, if they see that, they sprint to start an emergency meeting like there's no tomorrow. Once in there, they calmly tell their fellow crewmates what has transpired. If they have a theory on who the imposter is, believe them. Usually, the other crewmates do, since Brown is almost always correct. When they're imposters, this benefits them a ton. Pink. This color finds a lot of similarity with orange, but without any of the aggression. They are kind and gentle, said to have a calming effect on other players. They're eager to win just like everyone else, but they usually do so in more unconventional means. See, a pink doesn't want enemies. Instead, they want allies. To do so, they don't look for who could be the imposter, rather who isn't. Things like, I was with yellow that whole round, they can't be the imposter, are often heard by someone who runs the pink avatar. If they're accused by one of their allies, it breaks their heart. Just because of a pink's gentle nature doesn't mean you shouldn't watch your back though. They can become imposter just like anyone else, and will use their sweetness to undermine you. People often overlook pink as an imposter, and that's how they lose the game. We're watching you, pink. Cyan. This color, somewhat similar to dark green, is super devious. We also may be crazy, but it really seems like cyan is the imposter more than any other color. Being a crewmate is fine, but they know the real fun comes from being a little more evil. They've considered using mods to achieve this, but have never been able to go through with it. Even though they love being the imposter, cyans still play the game fair and square. Okay everybody, that's been a deep dive into what each Among Us color says about you. Like we said in the beginning, there's a good chance we're wrong. These kinds of videos are just for fun, so try not to take it too seriously. That being said, we'd love to know if we described you well. Tell us in the comments down below what your color of choice is and your Among Us playstyle. Also remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell so you never miss a video. And, just like we said in our last Among Us video, do you like it when we shake things up on this channel? We primarily upload Fortnite content, but we love to know if you want to see more. Whatever the case, we'll see you all in the next one.